excited to be talking to Caitlin today. Hi, Caitlin. How are you doing?
Hi, Shannon. I'm doing good. I'm really excited to be just having this chat today with you.
Me too. Boy, I've missed you. I miss seeing everybody and can't wait to see everybody. Next month it's coming up really quickly, the conference.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. We're just trying to spread the word about the conference and about hyperbarics. And you really came to my mind, you and Edna and you guys' whole team. I fell in love with you guys years ago, but when I got to visit your clinic this year and give a talk, it was even more amazing than I thought. And I want to just kind of start by, having you just, tell us a little bit about how you guys got into hyperbaric therapy and how this clinic in light hyperbarics happened.
Yeah, so it really started about 9 years ago when Edna and I went into business together, and we were just our business just involved infrared light therapy. So that's where our story started, with natural healing and utilizing light education, getting it in the hands of practitioners and home users. And about a year into that, we actually met Dr. Zaid Ratanzi, and we were at a light therapy conference in Cancun, Mexico, and introduced to the concept of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, as well as blending both modalities. And that's where we bought our first mild hyperbaric portable chamber. Edna was really struggling. She had over 30 years, had suffered with chronic migraines, and literally nothing under the sun got rid of them. But the concept of being able to get more oxygen into her brain for healing, that just made sense to us. And hyperbarics was the only way that she could really get it at the level that she needed. So we took that chamber home. We flew home with it all the way from Mexico through customs security, trying to speak in Spanish, explaining what we were carrying with the compressor.
That's a feat all in itself. That's two women literally on a mission to get better.
It was around her 20th dive that her migraines were 100% gone.
Wow.
She had healing to her brain. She had no more pressure, no more headaches, no more migraines. Life-changing, right? Yeah. And us being in business together, we didn't know what we were going to do because she was just a mess all the time. And if you know Edna, over the years, she had many other injuries that hyperbarics helped with. But it was at that point we knew if she got her healing, we wanted to open up a space so that we could share it with the world. And that's where we started.
And you guys have your clinic is absolutely amazing in every aspect of it. And, it blew me away. You guys have always been a huge supporter of me personally, and even more so of the IHA. And so I just kind of want to touch on the IHA and the conferences, because you guys have come into this, you ended up opening up your own clinic. You have a lot of different modalities in your clinic. There's a lot of different organizations that you guys could belong to. And you guys have chosen to be part of the IHA, and what is it about the IHA that has made you guys want to be, a part of it?
It was the first conference we went to, Edna was kind of the initiator, we need to be at this conference. I didn't honestly understand why, why are we spending this money on going and traveling and all this stuff? And she always said to me, we've got to be involved. We've got to stay up on what is in the industry, because it's ever changing. The community is growing. The education is, it's phenomenal, and without it, we wouldn't be confident in what we're doing. So, when we first got into hyperbarics 8 years ago, not a lot of people were doing it. We didn't really know where to go to get the knowledge, the training, access to what we needed in order to educate our clients, to make them comfortable. And when I started going to conference, it made sense to me, very early on, we need to be here every year. And I mean, your speaker lineup is just every year it's better and better and better. And I never think oh, how can you get better than this? And somehow you make that happen.
You have an incredible epic lineup of speakers. And what's even more impressive to me is that they all are going to be in person. A couple of them last year had, because of restrictions in their countries and different things, they weren't able to be in person. And I mean, come on, I have Dave Asprey in person.
I know.
At an IHA, conference for all you biohackers out there. And we have Jim Quick, Daniel Amen, Dr. Saunders, Dr. Tatiri. We just have such an amazing lineup this year of speakers. if you coming into this with, starting your own business and, and you've seen like the trials and tribulations of all that. If somebody out there right now is like listening to us having this conversation and they're kind of like on the fence of whether or not they really think it's worth, coming to the conference, what would you say to them? Like, what are your takeaways from the conference?
Community. That's my biggest one, is the community in the industry. Speakers are amazing, yes, but it's the people that you meet, it's the connections that you make, and, being able to get to know how other people are operating in their clinic. How did they start? It always re-inspires me. Like, why are we doing what we're doing? It always goes back to that. And it's the people, and it's the stories and testimonials that I hear from other clinics, and it just gets me every time. So I'm always going to go back to the community is my favorite part, and the confidence that I walk away with and to continue.
Well, that's nice to hear, because we work really hard at that, and we want everybody to be leaving there feeling like they are, empowered and that they can do it. So many times you go to different things, especially like me as a parent of a special needs child, I'll go to a conference and sometimes I'll leave and be like, there's no way I can implement that. There's just no way that I can do that. And that's always been my biggest struggle. And so I've always wanted people, when they come to the IHA conference, they can see that it is very easy to be able to implement hyperbarics in your practice. It's not as hard as you think that it is. There are things that you need to make sure that you have in check. You need to make sure that you have your chambers, they're FDA approved, that you have your safety director, all those things, but those are so attainable after leaving this conference because you'll have all that information. Do you use hyperbarics yourself?
Do I? Absolutely.
And I think your little friend there uses hyperbarics too, doesn't he?
He knows we're talking about him.
Yeah. Hi there.
So
I see you posting a lot with him in the chamber as well.
Yeah. So extremely safe, obviously, for kids and pets. You have to be very careful going under pressure because they can't communicate. So we do go slow, but he's always done really good. He used to suffer with mild seizures. So he has a form of epilepsy and he'd have little seizures. I never did put him on medication, but I started taking him in the chamber with me about 5 years ago, and we don't have seizures anymore.
Wow, that's amazing. I know. I mean, that Gracie doesn't have them either any longer. And, it's not, what works for, a human can also work for our beloved pets for sure. I mean, I know my daughter's dog, Blaze is probably a good 65 pounds, big, huge pit bull, and he goes into the chamber all the time and he loves it. So I am so excited to see you. It's only like 26 or 27 days away. We have amazing things in store for you guys for the members brunch, which I'm super excited about this year. I mean, last year was our first time and it was amazing. But, I just want to say a huge shout out to you, to Edna, to your whole team at Inlight Hyperbarics. You guys are amazing. I do have a couple things that I'll be bringing you because I know how you are about certain things. And I know that you lost this special edition one, or somebody stole it, one or the other. And
it fell in the river.
Other one that I'll be bringing for you as well. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes. And I can't wait to see you again, Caitlin, not just for being on, but truly thank you for doing what you guys do. You guys are changing the lives of so many people. And it's not often in our lifetime that we can say that we really have impacted somebody. And even though hyperbarics is that thing that's impacting it, the fact that you guys are providing it for the people is what the real miracle is. So thank you so much.
Right back at you, Shannon.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in like 26 days.
Yeah.
Bye.